Hello everyone, it's True Lifestyles reporting from the Duval County Courthouse. There was a pretrial hearing for Shanna Gardner and Mario Fernandez in the murder of Jared Bridegan. Some of the main things discussed today were pretrial motions and witness depositions. Judge Kite wants the defense and the prosecution to complete these depositions by January 1st. They also discussed approximately 2 terabytes of evidence that they condensed from the 7 terabytes onto a hard drive. It's a very good thing that both sides agree on the evidence being looked at and the redacted information that seemed to be an issue in the past hearings. There still seems to be some motions that Shanna and Mario's teams will file. I know that Mario's team has filed some motions to redact some information that he believes will taint the jury. This is a death penalty case, so Judge Kite seems to anticipate a lot of motions having to do with the death penalty, and also she wanted to make sure that any penalty phase witnesses would be brought to her attention by April of 2026. Any additional evidence or witnesses pertaining to the death penalty phase needed to be brought to her attention. She made that very clear, and she was hoping to get that done by April or at least prior to the August 2026 trial date. Judge Kite seemed very adamant that this August 2026 trial date would stand because there's a lot of expenses that go into a trial of this magnitude, including, I believe, 2 separate juries for Shanna and Mario. A few things that I found interesting sitting in the courtroom were that Shanna was wearing a mask and sitting in front of Mario. Shanna and Mario are still married, and I found it interesting that Shanna did not turn around and acknowledge Mario, not once. The defense team and the prosecution seem to be in very good spirits. They took a long sidebar to discuss the trial dates and any problems that they might have. They were even taking a moment to talk about football and the Miami Dolphins before the pretrial hearing started. This was a stark contrast to prior hearings where they were trying to get the prosecutor's office removed for not redacting information, a client attorney privileged information, but they seem to have worked all of that out. Next trial date is November 12th.